I don't know why, but you are watching the Madness Comic Network. Are you mental?
Sorry about that.
Oh, fuck. Fuck my kung fu. Like Donnie Yen on your ass.
Is that me or is it you guys? Are y'all stuttering like that or is it?
I think it's just you.
Eyes fixed on the screen, dudes moving quick. Jump kicks, fire won't never miss. Every shadow watching in my own living abyss. Bruce Lee marathons never go resist. Fists harder than bricks, no CGI tricks. Jackie Chan stunts, man, he take risks. Moving further, jump out my room like I'm in the mix. Kung Fu classics, non-stop action. Black belts clashing, pure satisfaction. Golden harvest, nights pure distraction. Old school magic, living reenaction. Wu-Tang samples on vinyl spins. Grip the mic like we move by, legend begins. Shaw Brothers make the stage incite sins. Moving like a mantis leaves you with chipped chin. Zooming close, transfixed by the vision. Crouching tiger, high as a pigeon. Jet Li flex the 5 physics precision. Shadowichi blind and sees the incision. Kung Fu classics, non-stop action. Black belts clashing, pure satisfaction. Golden harvest, nights pure distraction. Old school magic, living reenaction. Film grace, but just like a worthy's voice. Fist the legend, we ain't got a choice. Mosh, we call magic, them boys rejoice. Old rituals, new perspective hoist. The flying guillotine slice, no decease. Swordsman parry fights like delicate yeast. Choreographed combat, call it Capulet feast. Loud car lungs teaching, student of the beast.
Loud car lungs!
You stay etched in my mind. Dodging arrows like time, skills refined. Steel fan in the hand, fan made rewind. From black and white prints to remastered shine. Kung Fu classics, non-stop action. Black belts clashing, pure satisfaction.
Is that your computer stuttering like that?
Old school magic, living reenaction.
My connection's tonight. Show yo.
Wu-Tang. Go, dirty voice. That's the legend, we ain't got a choice. We ain't got a choice. Mosh, we call magic. The boys rejoice. Old rituals. New perspective voice.
What up, everybody? Welcome to tonight's stream, which is the Kung Fu Theater. What do we talk about here? We talk about martial arts movies, not just Kung Fu movies. We're going to cover, of course, a lot of old school, classic Shaw Brothers, naturally. Going to cover some Jackie Chan, all the Fly Hong Kong shit that was coming out during the 70s and the 80s and even the 90s and even the early 2000s, which is where tonight's movie, Dragon Tiger Gate, is from. It's from 2006, if I remember correctly. We're also going to do Indonesian movies. We're going to do The Raid at some point for sure. We've already done one of the Thai movies, The Protector, and still got to do Raging Phoenix, got to do Chocolate. So a whole bunch of movies I can't wait to talk about on this stream. But anyway, tonight's movie is Dragon Tiger Gate, and we are a comic book related stream. And tonight's movie is based on a Chinese comic book. We're going to get into a little bit of the history of the Chinese comic books, because those actually made their way over here to these shores in the late 80s when there was that big indie comics boom. But yeah, before we really get into the nitty gritty and the details, let me bring on your boy Pops. How you doing, Pops?
We're okay. Look,
recovering.
Yeah. Look, everybody knows, pretty much everybody knows what I went through over the last couple of weeks. Finally got surgery. Finally on the road to look. mainly it was I asked her. You remember I went to the last doctor appointment and I was like, "Can we please get this shit done before Thanksgiving so I can eat over the holidays,
Yeah,
so I
yeah,
can really eat again, right?"
Yeah, you don't want
So
to be
they
sitting
got
there watching everybody stuffing their
Dude,
maws.
she got right on it, bro, and she fixed me up, and they went to the follow up, and they gave me the okay to start eating a little bit more substantial stuff. Last couple of days, I have not been hungry.
Really?
And that's I was hungry for a long time, man. And it's like for the last couple of days, I actually got to eat. What's up, Matt, in the chat? Why aren't you in the studio?
What's up, Matt? Because Matt's a working man.
Oh, he's at work.
Doing
Oh,
what
that's
he
cool.
can.
We're fixing that for you, Matt. The next show will be on Sunday night. You'll be
Yes. Everybody that's used to tuning into the stream tonight, we are going to be making a time change because of fucking Matt. Because Matt makes us change our fucking time.
This made perfect sense, though. But this made perfect sense, though, because now I can show the movie in this time slot on Thursday, and we still have Kung Fu Theater, and everything will still be going on Thursday over on Pilled. I'll show the actual movie, and then on Sunday night, when Matt's available, we will come out and do this show and talk about the movie we showed on Thursday. So,
and it's all and like I told Matt, it's all good, but of course, he pops in the chat. I'm going to bust his balls like a little bit.
But I mean, I got no problem accommodating my showrunners,
I appreciate that.
Really, at the end of the day, when we get to Roku, it won't matter. When this show is over, we upload it to Roku.
Word.
Right? I mean, it won't matter what day really to me, because it goes up on Roku and everybody can see it after that forever, right? So that, to me, that's not really an issue. That's just an issue for you guys on YouTube.
Right.
It won't be an issue for me. It'll be, show's over, download, psh, up it goes to Roku, bang.
Right.
I mean, be a lot easier.
I would love to see a big exodus from YouTube to one of the freer hosts, but that's not going to happen. At least it's not going to happen anytime soon. It's like all my Democrat friends fleeing Twitter to go to Blue Sky. It's like, well, have fun in your little echo chamber. Just,
but see, that's
where everybody agrees on the same things, and there's just nobody.
They're all forgetting what this is for. For a creator, these platforms are promotional tools. You guys, it's as soon as you leave one, you just lost all your customers over there. Why? Use these platforms for promotion for your for your creations. It ain't got nothing to do with whose side you're on.
I know. I don't give a rat's ass about that shit. Look, man, you know my policy. If you take politics seriously, I'm going to look at you like somebody that takes wrestling seriously. Do you know what I'm saying?
Promote on every platform that's available to you. Get your shit in front of as many possible customers as possible. And I don't give a fuck what platform it is.
Yeah. Word. Oh, Jay Grinder. Gotta mention this. I was a regular reader of Oriental Heroes back then, which was the source material for this movie. Yes, it was.
He should be a guest on this show so he can tell me, because I don't know shit about Chinese comics. I ain't gonna lie.
Most people don't. Most people don't, because we really haven't. Certain kinds of comics we haven't gotten really in the United States, right? Preston's back.
Well, he's trying to get back.
It's all good.
He's talking about your connection. He's the one that can't connect. You see what I'm saying? But you see how that works?
Yeah, well, I got a 40-foot LAN cable, bro. It's a 40-footer. Yeah. It's a 40-footer.
He's wired up right now, Preston. It's you.
No more Wi-Fi. No more Wi-Fi. Anyway, yes.
No, I don't know what's going on. My internet's like really crappy at the moment.
Yeah.
Crappy internet happens, bro. I've had my experiences, but also when I was using the Wi-Fi, it was right in the next fucking room. I didn't understand why, I was lagging so much, but I just got a 40-foot LAN cable. If I'm going to stream, I just drag that fucking thing out and just fucking connect it directly. So
my mode, the Wi-Fi modem is literally 12 feet from my computer, but I'm running a cable anyway because they don't work for shit,
Right. Yeah.
It just don't. Wi-Fi sucks, especially out in the boonies, bro. It's like,
yeah. Oh God, I can imagine. But I mean, we also just like, even if you're in one of the more happening areas, we still have like the slowest internet in the friggin' world, in the developed world, like for sure. It's like we're lagging behind everybody, literally. But yeah, I did want to talk a little bit about Chinese comic books here. I think the guy's name was Tony Wong, but I'm going to do something I don't normally do. And instead of freestyling off the top of my head, I am going to, oh wait, here we go. Yeah, instead of like freestyling off the top of my head, I'm actually going to like do a proper Google search. So I don't point you guys in the wrong direction. But yeah, you know, right now in America, Japanese comics are the shit, right? They've so taken off. They haven't just penetrated the market, they have completely dominated it for years now. You could say part of that is just because the American comic book industry gave up, or, you know, cause of death, self-deletion for sure, right? The movies killed the American comic book industry indirectly. But French comics, of course, we got French comics here, like the new French Conan comics. Those are sold here as the Cimmerian because of copyright issues, right? In France, they can call it Conan. Here, they have to call it the Cimmerian, but it's the same damn comic, right? So French comics, of course, ever since heavy metal, aka Metal Hurlant, made its way over here, you know, had access to French comic books. Italian comic books, not so much. I think The Hunter from the Future is finally getting released over here. As a matter of fact, Kelsey Shannon is going to be doing covers for that, and they look sweet. So looking forward to that. But like Diabolic is a comic I always wanted to read. It's only in Italian. Same thing with Chinese comic books. But there was that little window in the late 80s. Tony Wong, yes, that's his name. He was known as the Stan Lee of Hong Kong comics. He basically established the Hong Kong comic book market. Now, you know, quick history lesson for those of you that aren't aware. You've got mainland China, and then you've got Hong Kong. And Hong Kong was being leased to the British, right? So they were running shit over there. And when it reverted back to the People's Republic of China in 1997, for the most part, they left shit alone. And that, of course, has changed significantly. And Chinese cinema is, as far as I'm concerned right now, a joke. And it's sad and it's tragic because there's so much talent over there, but they got the government on their neck, right? They're all balls deep in the propaganda, right? Some, like I said, some of like the Hong Kong movies that come out these days, they seem like the propaganda is all in one section, right? Like it's all kind of tacked on to the end of the movie, so that maybe one of these days the director can do his director's cut and just go shonk, right? Because he didn't used to have that shit. But yes, Tony Wong was the guy's name, and Dragon Tiger Gate was one of the comics that they printed. And mind you, these were cool too. These were I'm trying to think. They were about, I think, $1.50 or so, and they were printed on newsprint. And you know, I don't know if these are like collector's items now. I don't know if they're worthless. But just for a short time, we got a look at Chinese comic books, and they were dope. They really were. They were really, really good. Because also you're talking about Hong Kong here, right? And so in Hong Kong, manga had been popular, right? You know, obvious beef between the Chinese and the Japanese, but they took to each other's cultures, you know, because new generations, of course, that don't have, you know, the old hatreds gravitate towards any kind of art that they connect with. And so these were really good comics, man. I'm trying to think if I have. Let me see if I got a good. There we go. There we go. Now this, of course, is the Chinese version right here. You can see the homeboys doing the mantis style. See the giant mantis there behind him? Here we go. Yeah, Tony Wong, Dragon Tiger Gate, La Película. So this would be, I guess, like a Spanish edition. 3 heroes, un único destino. Yeah, 13 heroes.
Yeah,
with one
Jay
destiny.
knows all about this stuff, man.
Yeah, man. Jay, thanks for chiming in, man. Jade Man Comics. Another was, Blood Sword. That I didn't read, which became the movie A Man Called Hero. Oh, wow. That's interesting. Not sure if I've seen that or not. Not sure when that came out, because sad thing is I'm somebody that has loved Hong Kong cinema since I was in high school, right? And saw like the Shaw Brothers movies. And those blew my mind. I just thought they were so fucking cool. I thought they were so fucking dope. And I got so into them. And then, of course, in the 80s, you started getting Wu Ping with the wire work and everything. John Woo was, making these incredible gun kata movies like The Killer and Hard Boiled and Bullet in the Head. And in the early 2000s, they were still making good movies. But I think by about 2010, I could be wrong about this. I don't know what the exact point was, but Chinese movies started, Hong Kong movies started sucking. And sometimes they would, or even if they'd be good, then they'd have like this brick of anti-Western propaganda, like pro-Chinese, China good, the West bad. Real clumsy shit, right?
Mhm.
Very ham-fisted, because the way that censorship works in China is that they don't tell you what you did wrong. It's not like here where the MPAA will kind of like look at your movie and they won't specify what parts piss them off, but they'll say, yeah, there's too much nudity, there's too much sex, there's too much violence, there's too much profanity. In China, they're just like, yeah, we're not releasing. Yeah, no, we're not, like, you're not releasing your movie. You need to fuck with it some more. And so they basically have to play it by ear, but they know what they're supposed to do and what they're not supposed to do. And like, for instance, man, there was one movie, I think it was not 13 Assassins, not 13 Bodyguards. It was a movie about a bunch of guys whose mission was to protect the guy, the Chinese dude, who brought communism to China. And so, during the movie, people were trying to assassinate this guy because he's carrying this message that, that the emperor, that the royalty do not like. And those are the kind of movies. Like, it's just like everything had to have some kind of a nationalist message, or even something like True Legend, which is really dope. It's one of those movies where it's just like, okay, I want to watch it up until a point, and then I want to just turn it off and just imagine that the rest of the movie didn't happen, because it's like, okay, here we go with the propaganda bullshit. Some of that shit I can't. I mean, it's just it's tragic. Chinese cinema slapped for so long, and this was kind of like one of the last really great, really fun Hong Kong movies to come out. This was directed by Wilson Yip, who is amazing. And I always thought if there was a Six Gun Gorilla movie, this is the guy I would want to direct it. Yeah, I think it would be perfect. He'd be my dream choice for sure. He is probably best known for the Ip Man series, which is also starring Donnie Yen. And the first Ip Man, instant classic. I just remember thinking when I first saw it, like, yeah, no, it's like that was the moment when Donnie Yen seized the crown. And this was around that era where because it kind of goes like this, in my opinion. It goes, Bruce Lee, Jackie Chan, Jet Li, and Donnie Yen. As far as I'm concerned, Donnie Yen is still wearing the crown right now. And he's getting up there in age. And as a matter of fact, the character that he plays in this dragon is a character he's playing way younger. He's playing a character that's about 20 years younger than he is when he made this. And it works. It works perfectly. I don't know if it's because the guy doesn't seem to age, or it took a long time for him to start to age, or if they used makeup. But I mean, and then of course he has the look of the character. His hair is like combed in front of his eyes. But yeah, Matt. Yeah, check some of this out. Yeah, let's take a look at some of the comic that this is based on. Right, and that's Tiger, of course, with the big star on his chest. Played by Nicholas Tsay. I don't know if I'm saying that right. Yeah, see, here's the tablet. Right, the one that's broken in half. And he and his half-brother, Dragon, each have a half. That's kind of how they identify each other in this film, because they both come from Dragon Tiger Gate, which is basically a kind of like an orphanage that's run by this great man who raises them not only in learning how to defend themselves, but to believe in honor and, above all else, justice. And so Tiger's one of those characters that when he sees injustice and his friends tell him to swallow it, he's just like, can't do it. Now, this looks like, can I even tell what language this is? Tikul, Selaka, Buddha, Chaolong, Malawan, Iblis, Tua, Bagimana, Hasil, Perturansan? I have no idea what language this is. But it sounds a little bit like Arabic, I guess. I don't know. But evidently, they're getting these cool Hong Kong comics, which unfortunately we are not getting. Here's a nice little piece of art from DeviantArt.
I'll be right back. I got to let the dog out.
Yeah, you got it, brother. It's a nice piece of art. DeviantArt is actually really, I know everybody's just like, oh, it's just nothing but furries over there. But if you go to DeviantArt and you do searches, like, because I always search them whenever I'm doing a stream on a particular movie to see if there's any cool fan art, and I find cool fan art all the time. And this is great right here. I love this. Yeah, and that's Donnie Yen as Tiger. Oh yeah, this is really nice too. Check this out. Colors on this just absolutely pop. But yeah, there are the characters in the comic book, and oh yeah, and there they are on the movie poster, or movie posters, right? Like, sometimes they'll do that in theaters. They'll have a bunch of different posters kind of teasing a movie. Yeah, that's what this is right here. Right, so you got Dragon, you got Tiger, and you got Turbo, Master of the Nunchaka. Man, watching that movie last night, I have to admit, I did want to bust my nunchaka out, but there's no way I could fucking do that in this apartment without absolutely fucking destroying everything in here. I've been practicing with those things since I was in high school, so I'm pretty good with them, but not that good. Not good not to fucking trash my crib. Anyway, I want to take a real quick look here at the trailer for Dragon Tiger Gate. And as always, tonight's movie is available to watch, to stream. I've had to learn to correct my language. Instead of saying watch, I have to say stream. It is available to stream for free if you click on the link below. It will take you to an English language dubbed version. But you can also find, I think on YouTube, you can find it with in Mandarin with the subtitles, which is how I usually like to watch it. Not because I'm like a pretentious motherfucker, right? I have no problem watching movies that are dubbed, but if I'm watching like a kung fu movie, I like hearing the Mandarin because it makes me feel like I'm in that world, like I'm in that place, and I'm kind of like a fly on the wall. But yeah, let's check this out. Check it out. Oh, wait a second. I already had that shit loaded. There we go. Yeah, so this is Tiger when they're little boys. His mother has taken up with, his father has taken up with another woman, and he's yelling up to his half brother to come down and play with him.
師傅啊，師傅，學武功唔係我嚟打人，係我嚟保護人㗎。我哋以後無論點都好，都唔可以做壞人。
Yeah, let's never use our skills to do bad things. Like I said, the gate is all about justice.
知唔知道啊？知道。
Sometimes shit don't go as planned. Now, the villain in this, Shibumi, I'm not saying he's the greatest villain because you don't really learn much about him other than that he's an evil, power-hungry, ruthless motherfucker and kind of sadistic too. Here we see his lair, and the production design here and the sets are just fucking phenomenal. This is just a great looking movie. Yeah, so what happens is that the two of them were separated when Dragon's mother dies in a apartment fire, and he's taken in by a man who goes on to become like one of the big triad bosses in their city. By the way, this doesn't take place in a real place. This takes place like in an imaginary city, you know. So we're not in Hong Kong here. We're in like the Chinese equivalent of Metropolis or Gotham City.
冇，從來都冇。
Of course, the fucking fight choreography in this, off the chain. And there is the use of wire work, and also there's CGI shit, but the CGI shit never interferes with anything. Like, it's done in a way that I think really works. And it's still the actors just doing this stuff. So it just looks amazing. Yeah, some great comic book style goons in this too. Here, Donnie Yen as Dragon is fighting a guy named Demon with these giant sai. Yeah, at this point, I think it's pretty safe to say that Donnie Yen was the man in this period. This is also around the time that he made Killzone, which is one of my favorite movies. That's an amazing movie. I'd love to do that here one of these days. And Flashpoint. And what was great too was he was showing off his kung fu skills, but the guy grew and he evolved. And so in Flashpoint, for instance, you see him using mixed martial arts, you see him using jiu-jitsu, you see him using judo, you see him putting people in arm bars, that kind of shit.
人做事一人當。
Oops. Yeah, so this is Nicholas Tsay. And like a lot of Hong Kong actors, I think he started out as a pop star. Oh, God. Why am I bugging on his name right now? I'll come to me in a second.
一人做事一人當。
Axe kick. Oh, yeah. And then, of course, we've got some legends in this movie, too. And I fucking love when the Hong Kong movies would do this. They'd bring in, somebody like T Long or somebody like in this we've got Yuen, and we also have why am I bugging on his name? Oh, I know why I'm bugging on his name right now. So that's because I have to think of it.
如果你唔收我做徒弟嘅話，切磋下。
原來龍虎門嘅功夫就係得咁渣㗎咋。
Yeah, there's my boy Yuen. Yuen came from the same class as Jackie Chan and Yuen Biao and Sammo Hung. That is to say, they all were in the same class at the Peking Opera School, which I've discussed before on this show, where they just underwent the most insane, rigorous training you could possibly fucking imagine. Like today would be considered felony child abuse. Yeah. If that don't fucking convince you to watch the movie, I don't know what will. But got to show something here real quick because it's kind of a little interesting piece of trivia. This
I
right
actually
here,
like the fight scenes in this were really good, considering
amazing.
How a lot of movies just lug the shit with it. These ones, the big fights are like the big fights always are. Dude beats everybody up. But when they get the one-on-one, these are some really good, well choreographed episodes.
Amazing. Amazing. That's the thing that a lot of people don't understand. If you haven't watched a lot of Hong Kong cinema, even, I don't know why I can't talk tonight. If you haven't seen a lot of Hong Kong cinema for decades slapped. They were making awesome movies, and they were getting better. Like they were changing with time and they were evolving. And like I said, now they're like in a creative rut because, the People's Republic of China doesn't give them any creative freedom, but this is when they still had freedom to create. But yeah, a little useless piece of trivia. The villain here, Shibumi, he's hitting the world's biggest boxing bag. And I can say that confidently because this thing actually made its way into the Guinness Book of World Records for being the world's biggest boxing bag. When I take a look at it closely, it looks to me like it's a bunch of them connected, or I don't know if they have different pockets or whatever. All I know is that fucking thing is huge.
Yeah, it's really big.
Yeah, and you know that the villain's a badass because that's what he's fucking knocking around the room every day. And one thing you need in movies
The
like
one
this.
thing that's funny, how every time that they landed against bricks or something, the bricks all crushed.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, that's the thing too. It's like when you're watching like a Shaw Brothers Kung Fu movie, you understand that these aren't regular human beings. These are heroes, right? With a capital H. That is to say, they can do things that regular people can't. And
well, you might not know that going in, but you figure it out right away because there's no way that dude just kicked that dude 80 feet across the room, you know?
Right. But this is based on a comic book. So that's taken to like another level.
Right.
And instead they're knocking each other through kicking holes in like stone walls. Right? Not brick walls, just like stone walls. Yeah. It's just like taken to a almost cartoonish degree. But of course, that's what you want to see, right? It's like Frank Miller said about when he was writing Daredevil. He was like, these characters are so passionate that their passion brings down buildings. Right? And these characters are very much in a world where if you are badass enough, you can absolutely destroy a skyscraper by kicking it a few times in the right place. And God, I'm trying to remember the name of this fellow who plays Turbo. I think he was.
I like that dude. That dude was cool, man.
Oh, super cool.
He was the hippie dude. He was, the serpent dude or whatever.
Yeah. He was chill, but
came in with his nunchucks. I'm gonna whoop everybody's ass.
And then fucking Yuen just beats his ass with a fucking slipper.
Well, no, I like how Wong just took him away from him right away.
Yep. And fucking spanked his ass with a fucking slipper. Like, remember he left that big bruise on his cheek from whacking him with the fucking
humbled his ass real quick.
And Turbo learned from that.
Hold up now. Those look kind of beefy, B. What do we got here?
Yeah. Yeah, check these out. You see, I'm old school when it comes to my nunchaku. I'm very old school. We're talking cord, no chain.
Yeah, no chain.
Right? And we're talking octagonal.
And nice, solid wood. Not that fucking weak shit.
Right. And this one is super light. It's made out of maple. Right? This is Jatoba. And this shit is hard as fuck. If you want to destroy a cinder block, you use this one.
Yeah.
I've never been really good at the double nunchaku. I'm amazing with one of these.
Yeah, I would not. I never tried doing two either, but I can do one really well.
Yeah. It's not as hard as you think, right? It's not as hard as you think because.
How old were you when you started learning?
Here? I might have to. This might just be kind of fucking funny.
How old were you when you first started messing with nunchucks, dude?
Oh, I was in high school.
Yeah. See, back when learning was an everyday thing. Okay. Learning to manipulate chucks was really easy because we learned to do it during the time of our life when learning was our main thing.
Yes.
We were all young when we learned to do this shit. I'd pick up my grandkids, like they got foam ones and they got all different kind of ones for messing around.
Always start out with the foam.
Oh yeah,
Always start with the foam, people. Do not fucking start with these.
I pick them up and I show them. This is how you do this.
Well, I mean, the thing is, it's just like I was like, well, gee, how and why did I start studying the nunchaka? How do you think? The same way everybody else did.
Enter the Dragon.
Bruce Lee and Enter the
Dragon.
Dragon.
Enter the Dragon. That was it. That's all you got to say.
And then Fist of Fury, also known as the Chinese Connection, because for some reason when they brought the Bruce Lee movies to America, they switched the titles around.
Yeah, but the fight in Enter the Dragon with the chucks, that was
yeah. So what's great about these is that they're very intimidating. And so this is the kind of thing, and also fits right in the back of your pants or your jeans.
Stick them in your back pocket, man.
Yes, right. But you can take these out, and it will dissuade people from fucking with you in a very major way. Not as good as a sword will, but with the sword, of course, it's just like they're really not fucking used to fucking seeing somebody with a sword. So they don't just know that you're strapped; they know that you're a lunatic too. So they get out of your way really.
But see, it was messing with Chucks that also led me to using size, which I like much more. You know.
Yes, which most people don't know is actually an anti-sword weapon. It's designed to capture and lock up a sword and disarm somebody.
It's an anti-everything weapon. It's the best defensive offense you could have.
Yeah, for sure. And they're not sharpened. They're not like blades the way that people think they are. They're more like clubs.
Yeah.
Right?
It's a baton. It's a baton with a couple of hooks, man, for grabbing shit.
Right. If you watch like a Japanese samurai movie that's set during the Edo period, you'll see the constables walking through the street, like the sheriff, with what looks like half a sai. Right? That is to say, it's a sai, but it only has one of the forks, right, on the hilts. And that's just for like some, it's like, oh shit, some guy's got a knife or a sword or something. I'm going to fucking beat his ass down.
Dude, I love it. And not only that, but it's like you got two of them.
Right.
And you can hold them backwards so that you can punch with them.
Yes.
You know, I mean,
around and hit with the palm.
You just punch, man, and block with them, and you hurt people. Just using them to punch and block, you can hurt people.
Yeah, the character Dragon in his fight with Demon gets hit with those pommels, and
we're getting raided over on Pilled right now. We're getting a raid on Pilled right now from Flip City Magazine, yo.
Are we? What up? What up, Flip City Magazine? Oh, everybody on Pilled, thank you so much for tuning in. Really do appreciate you. Everybody tuning in on the YouTubes, whatever channel or
Twitter.
venue.
Yeah, Critical Blast Twitter is lit up right now.
Yeah. We do appreciate you. If it's not a bother, spank that like button, spank the subscribe, ring a ding dong, the bell for notifications. Like I said, this is a cool poster right here. This is Tiger about to fight all of these motherfuckers.
He's about to fight everybody.
Yeah. And there's the villain Shibumi's lair. And you see, like, it's set in a part of the city that looks like, I don't know, like it's been hit by like a nuclear holocaust or something like that. It's in the bad part of town, but it looks like a temple. And then you go inside and it looks insane. And then you go underneath and there's almost a city down there.
Yeah.
That looks ancient. That's one of the things I love about this movie and why I was disappointed that they didn't make more like this. I was hoping that they would make 2 or 3 of these. I easily could have watched an entire series of movies. That this could have been a franchise.
They left enough open-ended that they could do continue to do all kinds of stuff with them.
Absolutely.
Oh
yeah, absolutely. And unfortunately, that never happened. Probably because they didn't want to do it without Donnie Yen. I'm guessing Donnie Yen. Well, I know Donnie Yen was a very, very, very busy guy. It's insane how many movies he was making during this period. But I assume he would have been down with it if Wilson Yip had been down with it. But unfortunately, we didn't get any sequels. But hey, hopefully we'll get maybe one of these days. I was going to say, well, hopefully we'll get a reboot soon. No, that ain't happening. Like I said, Chinese cinema is dead right now. And it's a fucking tragedy. Now, this cat right here with the blonde hair is an icon and a legend by the name of Shen Quan Tai. Shen Quan Tai was in movies like The Flying Guillotine and or the movie that we did on this stream, Crippled Avengers. He was the villain in that. Remember, he was the father.
Right.
And what I love is when these guys are old cats now. They obviously can't do the shit that they were doing when they were in their 20s and their 30s, right? Or even their 40s. But they bring these dudes on in acting roles, and it's just always a pleasure to see them again. And Shen Kuan Tai in this plays Dragon's adoptive father, and he is the gangsta, and that's why Dragon unfortunately ends up doing things that aren't so good. He ends up basically being a bad guy, and the reason he won't return to Dragon Tiger Gate is because of the shame that he feels, because he has not used his skills to uphold justice. In fact, quite the opposite. And worst of all, he's beat up on people that shouldn't have been beat up on. And that kills him inside, but at the same time, he just can't abandon this guy because he was the one that raised him after his mother died in that fire. And then, of course, we have Tiger here, who is a little bit of a hothead, we might say, but not in an unjustified way. You know?
He just going to the rescue of a little girl and a mom who was being abused over there, right?
It was when they start terrorizing the little girl. It's like, okay, now you guys just fucked up. Now you guys just crossed the line.
And he didn't just beat up those three dudes.
No, he cleaned
took
house.
One dude into the ceiling and blew a hole in the ceiling, which upset the meeting upstairs and fucked everything up.
Yep. Yeah, and that's when the plaque falls through that hole.
And all them dudes in black came running down to get that plaque back. Oh, here we go. It's on. 1 against 80.
Right. Because Shen Kuan Tai's character is being, a triad boss who is just being given this plaque, which is going to basically increase his stroke in the triad community. They're very much about their symbols. And so that plaque, it gives him literal power, right? That being in possession of that is a sign that you're being shown respect for a job well done. And one of Tiger's boys grabs it. And then, of course, that sets the plot into motion. Yeah. There isn't much plot in this movie.
No, it's just kick-ass. Fight.
It's just kick-ass.
Fight. Couple dudes get beat up really bad. They get saved. They get brought back. They go out and kick ass. I do want to say right now, I have more people watching on Rumble than since we started going back to Rumble. Hello, Rumble. Y'all, it's okay to say something over there. Let us know you're there.
What up, everybody on Rumble? Thanks for tuning in. We really do appreciate you.
Yeah.
And wanted to take a look at another scene here from Dragon Tiger Gate. Now, this is, I don't know, this might be my favorite scene from the entire movie, and that's the fight in the sushi restaurant.
Yeah, just good stuff.
Yeah, there's Turbo enjoying a nice little sashimi.
And he's cool. No, he's not part of none of this. He's just minding his own business, eating his dinner, right?
Chillaxing, got his nunchaka.
Yeah.
Right
I like
there.
His hat too. I like that hat. I like that hat. That's cool.
Yeah, I mean, the character designs in this, even if you never read the comic book, you look at the way the characters are designed and you realize, they're designed to look like the characters from the comic books.
It's
in
awesome.
A very literal way.
It really was a pretty freaking good movie. And you know me, I come out here and usually I'm like, oh God, Brian, what'd you do?
A lot of shit. Yeah. I'm glad you enjoyed it.
There were only two scenes that killed me on the slow. Yes, that's my problem. I can't deal with slow, nothing scenes anymore. It's like, get the filler out, just.
Yeah, but that stuff isn't, if it's done well, it's not the filler. It's the stuff that's going to make the fight scenes more emotionally resonant.
Right. If it's done well, I won't fall asleep waiting for the fight scene.
Right, so all these factions hanging out here.
And here comes Big Brother.
The Yen. Yeah, and he's coming. Oh, I'm just gonna let this roll for a second because I just love what he does to this fool here.
Now, see,
Like, he
everybody
knows
that
he's
was
gonna get up.
watching
He's gonna be talking shit.
everybody that was watching earlier on Pilled got to see this whole movie without no cuts.
Awesome. And there it is. There's the plaque.
What he does to this dude reminds me of Trinity. The Trinity.
Oh, dude, totally. Absolutely. Yeah,
totally.
he punks this dude out.
Like
Yeah. Like he's not even like worth his time. Like he just treats him like a clown.
Yeah. And you can see his whole movie.
Is your screen freezing? My screen. Oh, okay. Let's hold on. Let me try one of these. Nutsacked him.
Yep. And didn't even take his other hand out of his pocket. That's what was sweet.
Yup, idiot. See ya.
They all have a hard time getting up.
Yeah, but it turns out the reason they're having a tough time getting up is because they've been drugged. They've been drugged by the rival gang. Yeah, so this dude comes in with his boys, and that's what's great in this is that you've got Donnie Yen, fucking up his own people here because his own people are the fucking bad guys.
Yep.
Right, because he wanted to stop a fight. Right? He came in to get the plaque, but now this guy wants blood. So yeah, we got him drugged, now we're just gonna fuck him up. Yeah.
He's in that too. Yeah, right. You didn't drug him, sorry.
Right, yeah. And it's unlike Donkey Kong. Yeah, they've all got these swords. I always love how in especially the Chinese movies, the goons all have like the same weapon, right?
Yeah.
And sometimes there'll be a big old carving knife. Sometimes it will be a club, but it's like the goons are just all armed with like the same weapon. And boy, there are a lot of these dudes and a lot of these swords, and they just end up all over the place, man.
Swinging all over the place. It's great.
Yen, motherfuckers. Now you see, he didn't even hit them so much with his fist, with like a double Buddha palm. He's like hitting them with cheese, right? So it's just not like he's not knocking these dudes down; they're flying.
He's blowing them across the room. Yeah.
Yes, that's exactly what he did. Like the Incredible Hulk just went. I gotta pause on this super. Yeah, I just love what he does here with his hands. It's just badass. He's got the hair all in his eyes. Just, I mean, looking like an anime character, really.
Yep. Breaks all of them, bangs all the blades.
He's like doing somersaults through these motherfuckers, and they can't touch him. Oh, and everybody, if the stream goes down, remember we're live on Rumble. We're live on
Twitter,
the
Facebook.
Twatters. Yeah. We're on the Twatters. We're on a lot of different places. But I am going to try to keep the. I'm not going to do what I did when we showed The Protector, and I basically almost showed like half the movie. Partly because I was experimenting, partly because I start watching that movie. It's watching the fight scenes. It's like it's hard to turn those off. Right. Oh yeah, this is great. Hold on. Yeah. So he's somersaulting down the hallway here. Right? He's after this motherfucker, this Weasley bastard. And he's coming right for his ass. Right? So he pops himself up in the air. And now he's going to come down with his hands. Double boot pop. Now you see, this is the wirework stuff that's worked in. And it just works beautifully in this because you realize that, you're not in the real world. You're in a comic book here. Boom! And Donnie Yen looking super cool with the hair in his face. Like I said, he is playing way younger than he actually is here. He's like well into his 40s here, I'm guessing. He's playing a character that's like late 20s, early 30s, I'm guessing. But he totally pulls it off, It's the kind of thing that you couldn't do in American cinema. And they're just like, fuck it, Another case where I thought that worked perfectly was in Danny the Dog, aka Unleashed with Jet Li. It's a movie he did with Morgan Freeman and Bob Hoskins. And in that, he plays a character that's much younger. And some people were bitching about it. And I was like, yeah, but dude looks like he's 15 years old. There are people that don't age. Right. Now, here we get...
There's just swords flying everywhere.
Everywhere.
Can you imagine
everything up.
Can you imagine just being in that room?
Oh, it's total mayhem. Total freaking chaos. But here we get the shot that's very comic booky, where you're getting a view of the entire floor of the building from above, as if the ceilings were transparent or
see,
not
this,
there.
This is what I'm saying, B. You get in a room that with that many people swinging shit like that, all it takes is one guy to fuck up and some people could get hurt.
Yeah. And you know what? They frequently did when they were making these movies. Here, this was a different era than it was like in the Shaw Brothers era. In the Shaw Brothers movies, when you're seeing them fighting with weapons, what they're doing is, or like swords, for instance, any edged weapon, it's wood, but it's covered in aluminum foil, right? But I mean, it's really hard to tell. Like they would just kind of like do a really sweet job so that, the swords looked seamless, like real swords. What up, Sam? Good to see you, dude. Hey, if you need to rewatch it, guess what? That shit, you can click on the link below and we'll take you. You can stream a free copy. If you want to see it in the original Mandarin, you can watch it. There's a real good copy that's also on the YouTubes. But yeah, I was talking before about Chinese comics, specifically Hong Kong comics, the Tony Wong ones, and and how we got British comics over here, we got French comics over here, but just for a little tiny short window of time here in the United States in the late 80s, we got to see these Hong Kong comics. And then, unfortunately, of course, they disappeared when the indie market went kaput. I love this too, because here it starts to look like a top view video game. Goon Squad. There's Turbo chillaxing
Just
in
sitting there
the
with
next
his,
room.
But I mean, he's got his chucks right there on the table. He's just waiting. He knows it's coming, right?
Yeah, he does.
He
Yeah, he
knows
does.
It's coming.
Yep. That dude flying up in the air. Catches the nunchaka. I mean, you know the moment you see him that he's going to be one of the heroes in this.
What are you doing, pup? I'll be right back. Taking a pup out again.
You got it, brother. You got it. Now, for those of you who are not aware, the nunchaka, little history lesson. The nunchaka is basically, it's a flail. And these were used to beat cereal grains. Most Chinese weapons, especially most of the Japanese weapons, were farming tools that peasants learned to defend themselves against the samurai with. And yeah, that's a nunchaka. And the original ones like this, they weren't round, they were octagonal. I'm a traditionalist, I'm old school when it comes to shit, so of course I had to had to get the old school style nunchaka, of course. Oh yeah, and another thing too, the length of the cord, or in this case, the chain, makes the weapon more difficult to control. And that's one of the things that was sick about Bruce Lee when he was doing his nunchaka routines, was the fact that the chain was like double the length of this. And yeah, the odds that, when you've got a really long chain, the odds of you hurting yourself are increased significantly.
最正坐坐食飯。
Hey, they're cold out there, goddammit.
This is my favorite shot in the movie right here. Okay, we're gonna have to take a really close look at this. This is amazing. So Donnie Yen is at the end of the other hall, fucking motherfuckers up, and two guys. Turbo turns and he sees two guys flying through the air at him, and he dives in between their flying bodies. Check this out.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sorry. I gotta see that again. That's just it's just my favorite shot. Yeah, I mean, that's one of the things I love about this movie. It just has a very comic booky spirit and very comic booky
yeah, I liked it. I thought
energy to it.
I forgive you for last week.
What was last week? Oh, Stage Fright. Stage Fright's a good movie.
That was stupid.
Of course it's stupid. It's a slasher movie. Slasher movies aren't exactly known for their high IQ.
Yeah. The opening musical oh my God, it was just.
Well, I mean, yeah, I mean, you got to appreciate the '80s. You got to appreciate also what Italian cinema was at that moment. Although that was the end, man. That was.
Yeah, well, a movie like that'll kill it. I'm just saying.
That wasn't it, man. That wasn't what killed it. What killed it was they decided that they were just going to watch Hollywood movies instead.
But I give you back. You're back in my good graces. This one's good.
Yeah, well, I mean, look, you're also the guy that said that Once Upon a Time in the West had the worst soundtrack ever. So
yeah,
always award that over you. You know, never living that shit down in my book. There's a cool shot of Donnie Yen right there. There's a cool shot of Christ, I'm forgetting his name again. It's
Sean Yu.
Yes, Sean Yu. Yes, it's Turbo Shack. Yeah, probably mangled his name, but yeah, there's a image from the comic book. Like I said, Chinese comics were really, really dope. I wish we could get our hands on those again. I don't see it happening. I can't see like the current manga market embracing Chinese comics, because one of the reasons they love manga and anime is because it's Japanese. That's why it was insane when Marvel was thinking, oh, well, manga's outselling us, so let's just use like manga artists for our comics. Thank God they didn't commit to it. They just kind of experimented with it. And like there was a Hulk story done in like the manga style, and of course it looked like dog shit. Naturally.
I wonder if there's anybody here in the States that has Chinese comics for sale. I might have to look around and see what I can find.
Yeah, I'm sure that God, do I still have those?
It would be pretty specialized, I'm sure. I mean,
yeah, but
you probably have to go to a big store like Mile High or somebody like that.
Right. Well, I mean, I'm pretty sure, like I don't have my long boxes with me right now, but I'm pretty sure I still have my copies, because like I said, it was like $1.25 or $1.50. And these were thick books, and they were printed on newsprint, and they were great. They were just like a lot of fun. And this movie totally captures the spirit of those comic books. Yeah. There's poor Turbo with the bruise on his cheek.
And the thing I want to say, even if I didn't know it was based on a comic book and everything, it was entertaining.
Hell yeah!
It was an entertaining movie. I mean,
and it feels like
a lot of shit out there that's just horrible, right? This one, it was entertaining. I didn't turn it off. I didn't go out the room while it was playing. You know what I mean?
It's 90 minutes long exactly, so it never has a chance to wear out its welcome, right? So I think
YouTube only played like 2 ads or 3 ads during it, that was kind of cool, because I got to play a couple of our ads or the short ads, and then
that's cool.
Back to the movie.
Yeah, Sim says Black Mask was dope too. Yes, I definitely want to cover that one of these days. There's 2 versions of that. There's the Harvey Weinstein version, and then of course there's the original Hong Kong version. Always, if you can, watch the original Hong Kong version. It's about 20 minutes longer, and it's just a much better movie, and it doesn't have like a completely inappropriate hip-hop soundtrack. There's a scene in like the opening of the American release of Black Mask where you're getting like an aerial view of the city, right? You've seen it a million times in like cop shows and movies, right? Where the camera's just like going over the city, and you just hear like a hip hop beat, and then you just hear, "Yeah, motherfucker."
I got a little bit of a hip hop announcement, bro.
Oh, you do? You do?
A network hip hop announcement.
Oh shit.
I know somebody who has been a long time in the hip hop scene. He's been on the road. He's set up events. He's a historian in hip hop, and he's bringing a show to the network. opposite Killer Karen every other Friday, 7 p.m. And I'm really looking forward to it.
Awesome. Do you want to mention this person's name?
This person's name is Tim Ivory Andreas out of Phoenix. He was big in the Phoenix scene. He's got quite a few songs of his own. You know, I mean, like I said, he performed. He's been on the road. He's a historian. You know, he knows more about hip hop than anybody I know. So it was a kind of a no-brainer that he was the person to go to when the idea hit me. But I want a wrestling show on the network. I want a sports show on the network. I want it to be a network, right?
Right. So you're not going to like everything that you see, and you're not going to be interested in everything, but you're going to find something. And the thing is like whenever I meet somebody that's really knowledgeable about a particular, I don't know, aspect of art, right? Where like that's their shit and they know it really inside and out and they know the history and everything. I always find that fun when they're
it's like you're my guy for me
with the information and eager to share it. And then, you know, you see the passion in their eyes.
It's just like you, but you know more about movies than anybody I know. Right?
Well, I mean,
I said than anybody I know. You know more about movies than anybody I know.
Certain kinds of movies for sure.
I mean, there's other people I'm sure that might know more, but as far as people I know, you're the most knowledgeable person, especially in these three genres that you do shows about. It's a no-brainer that you would be the guy I would have do that on the network. You see what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, that's the thing is the reason I decided to start doing the stream was because, you know, with the horror stream was because I thought to myself, okay, what am I going to be able to talk about in my sleep? Right. Like today, I'm tired, a little ADD, not firing on all cylinders exactly. Right. But I could talk about Kung Fu movies in my sleep. I can talk about spaghetti westerns in my sleep.
What do you mean, don't act like I don't know you? You're part of this show sometime.
Hey, what up, bro? Yeah. Did you watch Boy Kills World? Yeah, I did. And it was okay. It was
now he pops in.
It was What up, Sim?
Hey, I typed it and I jumped in. I'm like, don't act like you don't know me, bitch.
Yeah, look, it's like this, man. It's like if you were here more, you wouldn't be forgotten.
I'm never forgotten. I'm always around.
Yeah, he is. He's omnipresent. He's ubiquitous. And by the way,
I only see him on Thursday nights. I'm just saying.
Got to read the new Tales from the Natverse. Big thumbs up, dude. Big thumbs up.
You liked it?
Yeah. I really enjoyed it. Yeah. And you're leveling up with your art, bro. You really are. And the colors are fucking great. Everything. Yeah. I would say that the lettering.
You got to send me a magnifying glass with that thing, man.
Yeah. The lettering could have been bigger. It's not it's not perfect.
It's 12 point.
It's very seldom anything is, right? And one of the things that we're, of course, always doing is, you know, as individuals, we're dedicated to excellence, right? And, you know, you want to know, like, oh, well, what could I, like, what worked? What could I have done better? That sort of thing. So next time, blow up that font a little bit. Blow up. Yeah. But
just for the old guys, dude. For the old guys. Blow up that font a little bit.
Yeah. But overall, dude, congratulations.
It's a great book. It's a great book. Don't get me wrong. It's just I had to work to read it. I don't like to have to work to read the books. Trying to hold it open, got a magnifying glass. I'm like,
right.
What the fuck does that say?
I know, and I'm at that age where I need reading glasses to begin with.
They didn't work.
Yeah. Jay Grinder says, by the way, thanks for hanging out, brother. Says, I still have a fairly large collection of the English versions of the Jade Man titles, and you can find back issues for cheap. That's good to know.
Might have to look for some of those.
Right. Well, like I said, it was the late 80s. There was independent comic boom, which was fucking amazing. That's when I got back into comics, was around that time. Because I'd been into them as a kid, and then you know how it goes with comic books. It's like you're into them, then you have a period when you're not into them, then maybe you discover girls, right? And then
you had a girlfriend, then you had comics, then you had a girlfriend, then you had comics, then you had.
Why are you guys alternate between girlfriend and comics? Like, goddamn.
Well,
you can't have both. It's like those friends of mine that's like, I have a wife. I can put toys or posters or comics around. I'm like,
fuck that.
God damn, stand your fucking ground, bitch.
Yes, don't be a pussy. Don't be a pussy. Don't get whipped.
Me, to be quite honest, I was really into comics for a fucking long time. That what drove me out was when they started doing like you have to buy 24 comics in the Marvel universe to follow a fucking story. Those fucking things that killed the fuck out of me. Or when they started like having like shitty fucking artists to blow in. You know, it's kind of like
House Style wasn't impressive. I wasn't impressed with House Style, and I hated the super crossover stupid shit.
Secret Invasion was dog shit. The only one I liked was Civil War. I thought Civil War was dope. And I found like the tie-ins.
Dude, if you do a crossover, do the crossover. Don't cross it among every fucking comic book. Make me buy every fucking comic during the fucking months.
For one panel.
Do Civil War.
One panel. Right. For one panel in a book.
For Civil War, you could have just read the main series. And then there was I'm trying to remember. It was the one that was about
the Asgardian War. The one with the Asgardian War, that one was crazy, but it just branched off so much. I mean, I'm a fan of Asgard. I'm a fan of Thor. I'm a fan of all that lore. And I was like, oh, they're doing something awesome. And they didn't do something awesome.
No, me, that's why like I started, like I slowed down. I was losing fucking interest. Then Image.
Right. There's always something that brings you back.
Mm-hmm.
And
like right now, like
back into comics, man.
Dude, I've been buying any Marvel, DC, or even Image for a fucking long time.
Me neither.
Do you know what got me in lately?
Yeah.
That fucking Energon thing. The fucking
with
the G.I. Joe Transformer universe they started. It's fucking insane. It's
that's
fucking
what everybody
good.
Tells me.
The Last Ronin got me back into.
Yeah, that was dope.
Back into wanted to buy some more stuff, but I'm very picky. And there's a new series at Image.
Ronin #1 variant cover signed by the artist, but that was it.
There's one series that I'm trying right now that because I'm a big Adam Warren Johnson.
Yeah.
Like that guy, like the guy that did that Uncle Horse comic book.
Yeah.
If you know Thor, you know what I'm talking about.
Oh yeah.
Ray Bill. Anyways, dude, I've become a fan of his. Like I love his work. So right now he's has something like The Moon's Following Us or something like that. The Moon Follows Me or something. Yeah. That series is pretty interesting. It's technically like a married couple.
Yeah.
That had a kid that's in a coma.
Yeah.
And they found a way to enter the kid's dream to try and save the kid.
The only big stuff I've even messed with, man, is like I bought Vampirella 666 issue number 666 because it was issue number 666, not for any other reason, right? Stuff like that. That's the only kind of
And
Christopher Priest one,
Rob Liefeld going back to Deadpool got me in, and Greg Capullo going at Marvel and doing a fucking Wolverine red band called Wolverine's Revenge, same title as that fucking awesome comic video game that came out a long time ago. Dude, it's fucking good. Like I don't buy many and I don't amp them enough, but yeah.
Which comic is this again?
The last one.
Yeah,
it's called Wolverine's Revenge. It's by Greg Capullo.
Oh, okay. Yeah, the
and
one
you have the regular
Touch Marvel.
You have the regular edition, and then you have Red Band. That's what I'm saying, dude. I don't buy much, but I'm buying that. There you go.
So
that's part of the Red Band. Yeah.
This is the thing they're doing now, and if it looks like a gimmick to you, that's because it is.
But technically, it's because that one's violent. There's blood. There's this.
Right. Audience, but the thing is, you read it, and it's a regular woke fucking Marvel comic, with a little bit of gore.
Really? I don't know.
Yeah.
I got the Blade one, and I got the Wolverine's Revenge. There's nothing woke in it.
See, what I picked up is so
I'm not saying
different.
it's super woke. I'm saying it has that, like, it's clearly from this era. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just, I'm not saying that it's
art-wise.
Am I making any sense whatsoever? No, it was just the art and everything, just the whole vibe, right? Because you know how comic book eras have a vibe.
I know. So far, the 2 pages you
has a
showed,
vibe.
they look decent, but they do have a very, I would say, minimalistic type of art.
Yeah,
where the color does more the job than the art.
Right. But like for instance, one thing you would not see in this would be any nudity, right? Because the wokies would freak the fuck out, even though it's a label saying you can't read this, you shouldn't read this.
There's no nudity.
They're gonna have to go in. No, none. And the gore, like I said, it's always confined to like a page or two, right? Where, in other words, it's kind of like, okay, this is where the gore happens. This is the page that's going to justify this stupid fucking red label. It's not a bad cover right there.
It's called the Red Band, by the way. Edition.
Let me show you guys the last 2.
Don't mix it up with my red label.
Let me show you the last 2 I got in the mail versus the last 2 I got in person.
All right, one second.
Anyways.
Right. And it's always towards the end of the comic, and it's like 1 page. It's what, right? So they put this in there.
What's up, Chris?
Didn't have to. What up, Chris? Just so they can fucking slap that shit.
Oh, dude, don't get me wrong. Like, dude, I tried. Like, I went to the comic book shop the other day with the kids because I'm trying to like, not that I'm trying to get back into it as much per se, but it's been a while, quite a fucking while. And lately, I've been going to the comic book shop with my family, with the kids and stuff.
That's awesome.
So I've been trying a few things just out of curiosity and staying up to date.
Oh, nice.
Mike sent me this. I did not buy it. Mike sent it to me.
What? Cool. Mike didn't send me any fucking free comics. Fuck you, Mike.
And then there's this other one that came in the mail.
Oh, yep.
But definitely with
European
nipples.
version.
But technically, by the way, I want to correct something, Brian. You keep saying that there's an European and a regular edition. No, they're all the same.
Now,
okay.
Now, I did go to
the
Grand
covers.
Rapids Comic-Con the other day. And I'm not going to show you, but I ran into some friends. Milo, Psycho Blab. You guys might not know about this, but this is a standalone from his regular Ashcan series. Good stuff.
Cool.
And then you guys know this guy. Yeah. Randy Zimmerman.
Right.
The Fool, Arrow Comics.
Nice.
Ran into Randy up there. Which
What
I
kind of
see
comic
Randy
is
at every con, but I don't look at Marvel, DC, Image, any of that shit unless it's a really sort of special edition like Vampirilla number 666, right?
So having Rob Liefeld being back on
number
Deadpool.
1. I grabbed one of those. Stuart Sager cover and he signed it for me. But I mean, it has to be something like that. I just ain't buying into the.
Fuck it.
Stan ain't doing the marketing anymore. It sucks.
It sucks. It sucked for a long time now. It sucked for a decade now.
Yeah.
And I don't think it's gonna stop. And guess what? I don't think it's gonna stop fucking sucking.
And Stan didn't do anything to make it better for the last few years neither.
Nope. So this is the one I'm digging right now. This is published by Skybound. That is to say, it's Brian Kirkman through Image.
Yeah, the same people that are doing the Energon universe.
Exactly.
It is.
Right. So I haven't read their Dracula. I read their Creature from the Black Lagoon, which was mid. Didn't have enough Creature.
Well, you bought the rights for the Universals?
Yes. As you can see here, let's see, this is blurry now. Skybound Entertainment and Image Comics present, and I believe, so it's Monsters. Universal Monsters. No fucking Dark Universe bullshit. shit. Right? So
Well,
it's officially licensed. It's the Karloff version of the monster.
Yeah, it looks
they
like
don't
it.
use Karloff's image.
No, but it does look like the character, no?
Yeah. And what I love about this is that this is written and illustrated by the same guy. In other words, this guy is like a Matt Wagner. His name is Michael Walsh. And he did this beautiful cover. And the art itself is really, really good. But the writing also is exceptional. So it's retelling the story of the movie, but it's doing it from a different point of view. It's doing it from the point of view of this little boy whose father, Henry Frankenstein, is digging up. And you see that beautiful shot. You see that hand? It's very Bernie Wrightson-esque. And he's going to take his father's hands to make the monster. And so he's spying on Frankenstein the whole time. And so what's happening is he's using this boy to fill in all of the spaces in between the scenes that are in the movie. And he does it in a really, really beautiful way. So the first one is The Hands of a Father. The second one is The Heart of a Lover, right? It turns out that Elizabeth has another suitor, right? That she doesn't want Henry to know about. You know, not that he has anything to worry about, but everything ties into everything. And then it's like the Elizabeth Frankenstein's suitor is murdered by this maniac, and then this maniac's brain ends up in the monster's head. And so then it's like the mind of a murderer for the third issue. And they got the variant covers. Oh no, I keep meaning to. Money's been a little bit tight. And I'm at that point where I'm starting to get paranoid. And I'm gonna have to pay for like a lot of printing and shit, but I'm gonna let RJ. I just talked to RJ the other day, actually. He's gonna help me out with fulfillment.
Critical blast, people. It's the only way to go.
Push easy. Yeah, so there's a bunch of variant covers. Some really Francesco Francavilla, he's one of my favorites. He is somebody that's definitely worth following on the Twatters and on the Facebooks, because he is posting horror shit all the time. So it's Frankenstein from Image via Skybound. And I don't know if you guys saw the animatronics at for Universal Studios. Have you seen that?
Negative.
It's fucking amazing. They've got a Disney World had automatons going way back to the 1950s or something like that, right? Didn't they have like Abraham Lincoln and fucking George Washington and shit? These things are cool looking. I'm definitely going to cover those on the next horror stream. Anyway, let's take a little look here at this climactic moment from Dragon Tiger Gate, where finally they come for Shibumi's ass. Oh, it's in Spanish. It's Spanish too.
Are you sure that's Spanish? That sounds Italian.
That might be. I just love this, how Yuen is just booking, and behind him you see Shibumi just fucking flying through the air and just bouncing off the pillars.
Yep.
It's like, follow me, motherfucker, follow me.
Yeah, I'm gonna get you in a spot I like.
Exactly.
This is it.
So it's like, even if you haven't read the comics, there's no question that this is just a very comic booky movie. The stare down. Dropping the elbow. Now, you see, if that had been a Dusty Rhodes bionic elbow, Shibumi would already be out of the fucking fight.
Yeah, blocking that upcoming knee with the elbow is always good. Drop that elbow on top of a kneecap. Oh.
And when you see the heroes and the villains knocking each other into like stone walls like this and just shaking it off, it's like those scenes in the comic books I grew up with where, you know, the Hulk would knock the Thing through like a building.
Yeah. Get up and just come back.
Just take himself off and get right back into the fight.
Or the best part of fucking the Man of Steel.
Yes.
Those scenes were fucking insane.
Amazing. Never gets old, too.
No.
Oh, just bitch slapping him.
Yep.
Smack. Bitch slapping somebody is so much worse because it's just disrespectful. It's like, I don't respect you enough to punch you. And yeah, I'm not saying that Shibumi is a bad villain. Shibumi's actually a really good villain in this. It's just he has like no backstory whatsoever. And
yeah, he just comes out of nowhere.
Right. But he's badass and he's you know, he's got this scary looking mask. Knocked his ass through a wall. Oof.
You see them styrofoam steps explode? Yeah.
Oh, that ain't styrofoam. I don't know what it is, but the Chinese filmmakers have just have always had like a lot of genius ideas. And then, of course, we're talking about the 2000s here. So now they're starting to incorporate the technology, especially the digital stuff that came out of Hollywood, and they're mixing it with their own stuff. Come get some. Damn. It's like punching through like solid stone walls. See, this is where like the wire work stuff just looks great. And CGI is always best for erasing stuff. So it's like you don't see the wires at all. And that's all you're seeing, folks. I'm not going to fucking spoil the ending for you. You got to watch the movie. You got to watch the damn movie. Like I said, the link is below in the description where you can go and watch this joint for free. And gentlemen, what do you think of Dragon Tiger Gate?
Oh, I was entertained. Entertained to come out here and forgive you for last week. Entertained enough to, you know.
Hey man,
yeah.
Stage Fright's a good movie. If you didn't enjoy it, that's okay. These are matters of taste.
I feel like I got my 90 minutes back.
Yeah. This was like the last great era of Hong Kong cinema, and I miss it because you know, for nearly 30 years they Hong Kong cinema just slapped, and now it doesn't, and it's just sad and depressing. Kind of like our American comic book industry is, actually. But maybe one of these days it'll come back. That is to say, the Hong Kong movie industry. I don't know about the American comic book industry, but there's going to be people like us that are going to be, honest, good, hardworking creators making stuff and, selling it to people that still want to read American comics. Right. Let's see. So, Sim, you've seen this movie before, but like way in the past, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. I've been meaning to rewatch about it. I kind of lost track of time. I thought we were Wednesday today.
Oh, I know that feeling, man. I don't know that feeling. It sucks too as you get older. Time.
Yeah, but it's more about the fact that ever since Hellzone, I fell on my lap now. I've been working my ass off to get everything ready for Hellzone, Blood Hunt, not the Merc book. And, technically the idea is that the turnaround of Hellzone is going to be 2 months after run the campaign, then we go to fulfillment. Same thing with Blood Hunt in black and white.
Nice.
So right now I'm getting everything ready. And yeah, it's gonna be like probably like 3 to 4 books next year.
Damn. I'm going to have at least like 3 coming out, I think, which is fucking crazy, right? There's going to be able to fulfill finally on the new 6 gun, going to have Blood Moon Stomp coming out, and not sure if I think Preston wants to do Hell Knight. Of course, right now I'm still writing Terry Tsurugi, the Street Fighter. So yeah, no, we're busy. We're busy. And I know a lot of people in our space are feeling very discouraged right now. And I'm just like, don't feel discouraged, right? Like the scene that brought us together may be burning and sinking into the ocean right now, but we found each other, right? So that's the important thing, is we found each other, and we will continue.
I talked to somebody the other day who told me a little something about what Preston's going to be doing here. Yeah, Mike spilled the beans, Preston. We know you're doing a Baron.
Is he? Wait a second. I didn't hear that. I mean, I know he's been wanting to work with Preston for a long time.
Yep.
And Preston wants to work with him, but he's not.
He told me the other day Mike was on a show the other day, and he did spill the beans. There's a Preston Acevedo, Mike Baron.
Yeah.
In the future.
Hell yeah. Looking forward to that, man. Finally. But you can't, right? That's like still you can't name names.
No, it ain't, because he said it on the show. So it's okay. I get to spread the word, man.
What are they doing together?
Look, he didn't detail. He just said.
He didn't give a name.
He didn't give us a lot. He just said he and Preston Acevedo will be putting something out here in the near future. Because you know me, I always corner Mike. I always like, oh, come on, how many fingers are in the pie?
Put the screws to him.
Yeah, I mean.
Yeah. Go on now.
I didn't press. I didn't press, but I was just like, what's coming? And he said, me and Preston. Sounds fucking sweet.
Well, look, Preston's dope as fuck. So, and I'm so happy with how 6 Gun has turned out. And yeah, in the process of doing the lettering right now.
Wait a minute.
And also actually got a couple of pages.
Nice.
Take it out. Write some. Working on the lettering, because what I do is I always make sure to take inspiration from what he's put on the page, and I tinker with the dialogue that way. That way it's a more collaborative. It's more of a back and forth.
So he's done with the 2 issues?
What was that?
He's done with the 2 issues?
He's done with the 2 issues, bro. I mean, there are some continuity errors and things like that. Like, there's some stuff that needs to be fixed. But overall, it's beautiful. It looks spectacular. And I'm just super happy with it. And, happy to be working with not just a friend, right? But a but a major talent too. And I also got a little something I can show, a little something, which is, so I got some pages from my friend Jason Orpheus, who is doing the backup story. That's going to be in the volume 2 paperback. I don't know what I'm going to do for the issues 9 and 10. I may break this in half, possibly. Or maybe I'll do it as an ash can, because I want to make sure that the people that just get the floppies get this story too. But I don't know. I'll figure it out.
Put it in the trade, make it out, and make it available as an ash can for the people that don't get the trade.
I just like collecting.
That works for you? That's because that's what I wanted to do.
Speaking of ash cans, B.
Yeah.
We are. Remember when we were going to do the Crom anthology?
Yes.
Okay, well, some of them stories were actually complete, and we are going to put together, talk to RJ about this, we're going to put together the Crom Ashcan collection as a digest size.
Nice.
Right? With all of them in it, with all the stories in it, and just doing it, you know, straight through RJ rather than stupid crap.
Dude, I just talked to RJ the other day, and I was telling him it's like finally I got a campaign for you to fulfill. You know, it's just, yeah. I'm so psyched for him, man, because he was in a bad place, and now he's in an awesome place. He's lost about like more than 50 pounds.
Dude, he lost a bunch of weight. He's in shape. He's doing well. His business is kicking ass. Actually, I think it expanded far beyond what he thought it was going to, and I'm really glad for that.
Hell yeah.
He's one of our associate sponsors, guys. You will see everything Critical Blast is doing. All their links and stuff will be on the Meg TV website, which is actually in construction and looking really good. You can go check it out right now, themeg.tv. You can go see the show schedule, the weekly show schedule, and some people's bios, like his. You know, yeah, all your links, Brian, everything you want linked on the page. If you have a store, whatever you want linked on the page, make sure I get all them links, bro. You know, dude, it's taking off. It's all good. It's all good. The madness is fucking growing, and it's all good. So, you know, 2025, I'm pretty sure Roku will be.
Oh, a lot of shit's going. 2025 is the year that shit pops off.
I don't think it'll be much past tax time, and we'll be up on Roku. So
that's awesome. That's awesome. So yeah, Jason is killing this. It's great because it's just like it's an origin story of this character, the Dandy, and his the reason why he is the way he is because of his time at a British boarding school. And so you've got the violence of the Old West, but you've also got the violence of the British boarding schools, which could be.
Wait, you mean the class? You mean the class of a gentleman with the violence of the Old West?
Yeah. Basically, the way I describe the Dandy is that he's kind of like Batlash if Batlash were like a dangerous, murderous sociopath.
It reminds me of the character that dude. You know the dude Trinity. He plays in that one where he's the English guy who comes out from the Old West.
Man of the East.
Yeah, that dude. That's who this reminded me of right away.
Yeah, and here are the ruffs. God, even his ruffs are beautiful. I love this stuff, man. Never throw this stuff out, man.
No, hell no. That's the kind of stuff you make ash cans out of.
Yes. And artists' editions and shit. Yeah, because I mean that's the thing. You have to understand. I'm not an artist, right? I'm a writer, and like any comic book writer that will be honest with you, the reason I don't draw, the reason I write comics is because I can't fucking draw them worth a damn.
Right.
Right. Like I wish I could. So there's a part of me that's always in awe of people like Sim, people like Jason, people like Preston that actually can
Hey, I can't draw or write, but I can throw an idea at somebody and see what happens. Somebody who can do those things, right?
Right.
You know?
I know that you've got those people too, man. For Sheezy.
That's all I got for you is ideas. That's all I got for you is ideas.
Hey, those can take off sometimes.
Sometimes they do. I mean,
yeah. Anyway, I think we're gonna sign off. Everybody that's watching us on the YouTube.
Hold on a second. I was waiting for you to be done.
What? You fucking bossing me around on my own fucking stream on my own fucking channel for real?
Yep.
God damn it. Okay. You're lucky I'm a bitch.
Oh, and he wants us to show something off? Jeez, come on, Slim.
Oh, hell yeah.
That's not what we do on this network, bro.
Oh, nice. It's like the James Bond gun barrel. But it's a hole in somebody's head. Or chest, I'm guessing, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's fucking
I don't want to spoil too much, but yeah. Dude, I got like 80 pages then.
What?
Uh-huh.
You fucking damn. So
I'm not fucking around. Like I'm getting I want the entire art of being done for almost for this. Like when I launch, I have like 10 pages left to do or something.
Yeah. That's always ideal.
That's where I'm at with Hellzone. Hellzone, like it's 60 something pages.
Yes.
And I only have 10 left, 8 to 10 left. Everything else is done.
Are you going to be needing my editorial abilities or capacities?
Probably. Like,
okay.
You're one of my favorite proofreader. That's for sure.
Okay.
I'm probably going to be using you, and there might be somebody I worked with on the first one that might be coming back. That's been missing for a few years. If you remember Adam AF.
Oh my God! Yeah, of course I do. Where's he been at?
We talked a while back, and he says, "Dude, if there's somebody that can bring me back into this shit, it's you." So you might be coming back to work because I'm dude. You know I'm a man of my word, and I told him to do it. If there's a sequel, or a movie or something, I'm gonna come knock at your door. And I went. And I'm like, dude, I'm working on the sequel, and technically what he does is it's a bit like you are. Like I pitch in my lines, and he goes, "Oh, maybe you should do this or this and that and this," and and I worked really well with Adam AF. I thought like he brought in a cool freaking few puns on Bloodhunt. Like the That's first great. One, like we worked pretty good together, and he might be coming back for the second.
Well, what's great is that, of course,
and I miss the
fucker. You have an editor or more than one editor.
Yeah,
it's not like you have a gun up to your head.
But dude, it's the
fact that take what you like and just fucking leave the rest.
The funny thing is, you can run it by 3 people.
Yeah,
and there's still going to be mistakes. There's always going to be something. Like somebody went to me, yeah, like you do. I found a mistake. I'm like, oh yeah, okay. Like doesn't piss you off. No, I got to that point where I'm like, nah, dude. I go through it. The letter, like my friend, my letterer, my this, my 2 editors, my proofreader, my this. We've all been through it. It's just shit happens.
Yes, it does. Yes,
I don't do editing, but I do have credentials as a proofreader. So.
Oh, you do? That's kind of bad.
Yes, I do. I've proofread quite a few books over the last few years. That's more novels, even.
It's like, Preston, where is his facial hair? Got like a little flavor saver here. Where's like the full beard? It's like a fucking Van Dyke. What the fuck? But yeah, no, shit's gonna happen. Mistakes are always gonna be made.
I want to show you
right now. I'm just mainly looking for continuity errors.
I don't want to spoil anything, but here's a little something I want to show. Hold on. I'm gonna show you this just so you have an idea.
Preston is busy like you would not believe right now, though, so I may be waiting for a little bit for those corrections. But in the meantime, I'm going to get these colored and lettered on the pages that I can. Whoa! Bitchin'. Oh, wow, that's very you. That's very Sim. Damn, you're leveling up too, man. But, Professor...
Keep in mind that this has been mostly done since 2022.
Wow.
Like
It's
seriously,
fucking great, man. I love seeing. To me, that's one of the great joys of our scene is just seeing people getting better.
I spend the last 3 weeks technically right now tweaking this because right now I'm the only one doing this. Aaron left me the project, right? So I'm doing little changes here and there, like I'm making it my own, way. Because technically it was an idea that me and him pitched around. I wrote it, I developed it, and I drew it, right? There's a few things that I would have done maybe different or stuff like that, and I'm like, that's what I'm doing right now. I'm like, it's all mine. I'm doing it. So I went over like 52 pages in the last 3 weeks, and I drew 8 pages.
That's insane. That's insane. So you're just like in this explosion of.
That's why I'm like, energy. I told you, dude, I'm up till like 8, 9 in the morning. Sometimes I'm like, I'm just drawing. Like I did 10 pages. I went over 52 pages. I'm like, cool. I'm at 80 something pages already.
Yep. Oh, that's really. Damn, that's right. You said that's fucking crazy.
And I'm actually thinking of like splitting it in 2. So Blood Hunt 2 might be two books, 2 chapters.
Coolness. And then maybe one of these days when I'm old and crusty and on the edge of like falling into my grave, you guys will do the Blood Hunt, Doc Salem.
Oh yeah. I might just do it myself at that point.
Breaks my heart.
Preston is so.
I wrote you guys a beautiful script. But it's all good.
Yeah, but Preston's always so busy. Like he told me last time, like he's like, even if you get to it, I don't know when I'll be able to. I'm like, okay, fine. I'll
Real fucking busy. Busy. Here's the thing, though. Busy is good. And yeah, Yeah,
as long as he makes money, then it seems like he does. So.
Yeah. No, yeah, and then he's did the Soul Reaver thing, and then there's other shit that's coming up that's like top secret. So yeah, no, it's gonna be cool. And a victory for one of us is always a victory for all of us. That's what I'm saying. Upcoming Supernatural. Somebody's spamming in my group. No, well, that's cool. People, if you ever want to drop links, if there's ever anything that you want to promote in here,
it's over there on the Madness. We encourage people to do that over there. So.
Yes. Absolutely. Yeah. So everybody, go check this out. It's want a free copy of my upcoming Supernatural inspired comic. Sign up for a chance to win here. Yeah. So it's everybody, go check that out.
And right now, I'm thinking of doing a little competition between Blood Hunt 2 and Hellzone.
Competition? Oh,
yeah, they're both ready to go.
That's amazing.
So I'm like, first one that makes it past 100 sub in the mailing in the sign up goes live.
All I'm saying is, dude, if you ever do Nat in another beach scene, what's he going to be wearing?
Depends how I feel.
Wrong answer.
I might put him in a
Wrong answer.
I might put him in a Zardox type of suit.
Banana hammock is the right answer. Banana hammock, motherfucker. God damn it.
Right. I put him in a Speedo once. I gave him a fucking dude. He's not a one-trick pony,
Oh, whatever.
Hey, maybe I'll put him in a Zardox costume, like
Matthew, real quick. Matthew, the trailer you sent me is not in MP4 format, and I cannot load it into StreamYard, so I cannot play it.
Would that suit your fancy, Brian? Zardox? Yeah. Zardox costume?
The Zardox costume. It's like a fucking Sean Connery in a diaper.
Yeah.
Like high boots.
But technically, it's like Sean Connery in a Lilu costume.
Yeah. Some people called it a diaper. It's not a diaper. It's and with the bare chest and the fucking
just for you, I'll give him a scene where he has to wear a bikini.
Mankini. Oh,
Mankini. Yeah.
Man. You know the one you see the ones I'm talking about that come up over the show.
Yeah. I'll give him a Speedo with some how do you call it, suspenders?
Oh my god. Oh. This should be fucking hilarious. Oh, Jesus. Anyway, everybody, we're going to peace out. But before we do, we got to let our guests, my co-hosts, pimp their shit. Simon, where can people find you and all of your dope art and comics?
You can find me on my YouTube channel where I do Doodle and Chill on Saturday, and I do the not the morning roast on Red Dress Press there. On sometimes we do it, sometimes we don't. I do the Weekenders on Friday nights. You can find on the best website on the web called linkslayerintertainment.com, where you can find all my previous books and a few links to everything, all my project and my friends' projects.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. And don't forget, you go on Indiegogo and you go sign up to Blood Hunt number 2 and Hellzone. You can pretty much go on any website and you can find my tree link, and all the links are in there. I'm also on Amazon and blah blah blah. And don't forget to go on Global Comics, where I put Blood Hunt there. There's I split Tales from the Nightverse 1 in 2 books, Not the Merc 0 and Not the Merc 1. 0 is the one with the old stuff, like the 3 first stories.
What site is this?
Global Comics.
Global Comics. Okay, that's right. Yeah. Oh yeah, I remember.
I've been there for like over a year, and I just put up the Not stuff like a few weeks ago or something. So go there. The Not the Merc number 0 is free. It's the old stuff from 2012, 2015, and then you have Not the Merc number 1, which is the first story of Blood Brother and the El Rica story. So if you got Tales from Nightverse 1, you're not missing nothing. But go show some support and follow.
Yeah, boy. Yeah, boy. Definitely do that, folks. Obey.
Do it.
I got something for you, Brian. I got something for you. You got to look at the upper left-hand corner.
Hello.
Yep. Pumps and a bump. Pumps and a bump. We're like the ladies with the pumps and a bump.
No, we're talking about the upper left-hand corner where the banana hammock is that you're showing.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. I was referencing the MC Hammer Pumps and a Bump video where he's wearing a banana hammock and he's like clearly, I don't know if he has a full heart on, but he's at least at like half mast.
Actually,
it's one of the funniest things I've ever seen.
He's enjoying the show.
What was that?
So he's enjoying the show.
Yeah, he is. Like a man.
Tomorrow, we got What's Your Issue with David Howard and Freewheeling Friday late at night with Eddie Lima and ADHD Theater at 9 p.m. So,
hell yeah.
We got stuff coming at you every day, people. Every freaking day.
Every freaking day. Every freaking day.
That's all.
And everybody, you can find me on the Twitters at Brian Christgau. You can find me on the Facebooks at Brian Christgau. And you can find my book, Six Gun Gorilla, Volume 2, The Great Silence, at funmycomic.com. So go, if you want to support this channel, go check that out. And you can download the entire first issue as a free PDF, because the first one's always free. I'm confident you'll get off on that shit. Confident. Real quick before we stop, and I get some non-ons. Sim, did you watch Arcane yet? The season 2 finally dropped.
No, I need to watch the first one. I haven't watched it yet.
You got good. I envy you. You got good watching ahead of you for sure. And so Weekenders is tomorrow. I'm definitely going to try to make that.
Yep. So, yeah, it's tomorrow.
Okay.
I keep trying to make it earlier, like at 10:30 or something, but I always end up doing it at 11:15, 11:30. I know. Dude, it's one of the things. Like, people are asking why I'm not streaming as much, because I decided to spend a bit more time with my family. Because for a few years, I kind of like, also not neglect, but all my time was dedicated to streaming and doing all this shit, and I already work like a freaking madman. Yeah. So. Yeah, sometimes that's one of the reasons why I'm not on stream here, or even with the hardline as much sometimes, because I'm spending time having supper, I'm cooking, I'm doing this, because for over 3 years, almost like 3 to 4 years, I was like just on the web streaming, working like a madman, and
you don't get that time back. You don't get that time back.
Exactly. That's the time that's what came to my mind a while back. And I'm like, you know what? I want to spend more time with my kids. Especially I had one that said they was leaving in about a year. And I'm like, you know what? I need to take some time apart.
Yeah.
and just spend some time with my 21-year-old that's now 22 and living with his friends and like 3 hours away from here now. And I kind of miss him.
Of course you do.
Spending time with my girls and my other boy, and trying to spend a bit more time. Like right now before the stream, I did burgers, and I right before doing the stream, I made some Rice Krispie squares with Hannah, my girl.
That's awesome.
Because that's one of the things that we used to do all the time, bake.
Yeah. The thing is, like, no, you don't get the time back, and
it's not just of like, oh, they got pissed. No, it's me. After a while, I was like, it's been 3 to 4 years, and I'm like, things missing. As much as if I don't get to 2 books, it's. So I'm getting back into the track of it. I'm streaming more regularly. I'm at least one show every weekend. But I'm back. Like, don't worry. John Wick said, I think I'm back.
Coolness, dude. Always a pleasure. Always fun talking to you, my man. So, Pops, do you want to take us out?
Yeah, I got this.
Can you do that? Okay. Everybody, until next week. And I don't know which movie we're doing next week yet, but it is going to be a horror movie club. So it
will be on Sunday, December 2nd.
Yes. So until then, everybody.
Well, you're not having one next week?
No, we have to change our schedule. We're going to be on Sundays at like 10:30.
And next Thursday is Thanksgiving anyway.
Fucked his life up. Like, fucked up his schedule and everything. Yeah. So
next Thursday is Thanksgiving anyway. So
right. Exactly.
Oh, your Thanksgiving. Okay.
Yes.
We will be playing whatever the movie is in this time slot over on Pilled. We'll play the whole movie, and then Sunday we'll come out and talk about it. So
Can I peace out now? Can I peace out? You guys?
Okay, we love you. Bye-bye.
Ciao, man.
Yeah. Okay, we love you. Bye-bye.
All right, everybody. Until we see you next time, peace, love, and metal.
It's Flip City Magazine, The Parodies, Special Edition, with savage send-ups of The Walking Dead, Star Trek Picard, Stranger Things, The Mandalorian, Guardians of the Galaxy, and more from the first 4 years of Flip City. Get Flip City The Parodies free when you subscribe in print at flipcitymag.com. The world's best satire magazine, and never, ever woke.
In the heart of a major city, in a place raised to honor Earth's past protectors, the world will again learn, sometimes, superpowered intrigue doesn't stop at the grave. Galaxy Memorial Park, Volume 1, beginning crowdfunding Memorial Day 2025.